How's it going, everybody? Moose here. I am presently in Ohio on my way to West Virginia to meet up with Mike Haley 7 and Harley Trek. It is May 24th, 2019. I must say, the trip was going off without a hitch. I got out of work at 11, a little bit of rain, not too bad. Rode out of that pretty quick. Did some riding on the highway, basically, and got out to get fuel. I did that. Got my gas, took a smoke break, and, looked around a little bit and see what was going on around that little area I was located in. And I thought, well, it's time to go. So I jumped back on the old highway and set the cruise to about 75, 80 miles an hour, and I was on my way, and then the cruise disconnected. Not only did it disconnect, the light and everything on the dash went out. Well, that was odd. I thought maybe I bumped it with my thumb, so I reset it and didn't come back on. I hit it again and it popped back on. I'm like, oh, all right, cool. Well, maybe whatever it was is just a glitch, And then it happened again. I started scanning my gauges, which I usually do scan them while I'm riding, and noticed the volt gauge right there on the dash to the right was just pegged on 16 volts, and then it bounced back to 12 volts, and then it go to 14, and it go back to 12, back to 16, back to 14. And it continuously kept on fluctuating there, and I thought, well, that's odd. So I got off the highway and pulled my tools out, yanked the seat off. I thought, well, first I'll make sure, I don't want to lose battery connection or something, because maybe something vibrated loose. They were all tight, and I thought, crap. Well, I'm betting it's a voltage regulator. That's my main thought was. I've had a lot of voltage regulators go out on the Road King. I think I'm on my third one on that bike. And although that don't have a volt gauge, so I never got to see it do that, that's what made sense to me. I mean, the other option is the stator. And the way it was kind of peaking and losing and fluctuating back and forth, I was thinking, well, stator gives out a constant voltage. It seems like the regulator ain't shutting down, so... one luxury about these Harley-Davidsons and their GPS unit, their boombox, there is a tab on there for dealerships. So I pressed that while going down the highway and saw one about 20 miles from me, and I thought, well, I'm going there. It was Breece, B-R-E-E-C-E, I believe, Harley-Davidson in Ottawa, Ohio. So I rode out there and walked inside. It looked like a small dealership, not huge, but not small. And it also is a museum as well, which was pretty fascinating. But I grabbed the gentleman behind the counter, which I do believe is the owner of that particular Harley-Davidson dealership franchise. It looks like his sons work there with him and possibly his wife, so probably a full family affair. And didn't hesitate. He said, all right, grabbed his meter, walked outside and checked it, and looked at it and said, yeah, I think it's your voltage regulator. Let me go see if I have one. All right, we'll go check. And, he wasn't too positive that he would have, because it's a newer bike, and they don't usually have them go out, I guess. They only had one other one go out, actually, I found out while I was there. Luckily, in the back, they did have a voltage regulator. But I want to speak to the customer service of this company, of this particular Harley-Davidson dealership. By far, the best customer service I've ever received at a Harley-Davidson dealership in my life. That includes the place I bought my bike, and they were friendly. This place actually went out of their way. He said, if I don't have one, I will pull a bike off the floor and yank one off the bike on the floor, and we'll get you back up and going. That is customer service. That is impressive. Not only that, while I was walking around, the people on the floor were cordial. They were nice. They asked if I needed any help. The people behind the counter were friendly, talked. I got to look at the museum with all their bikes. I'll throw some pictures in here, and I got a little short video. If I can get it off my phone, I will definitely put that inside this video. But I am telling you, that is by far the best customer service I've ever had at a Harley-Davidson dealership. I am back up and running. It looked like quite the job to change. It took two guys. They put both guys on it, and they had it back up and going roughly an hour and a half. And I guess it's quite the job. You got to tear the whole front section of the lower part of the bike apart to get that thing out. So good engineering on Harley's part, morons. But I just want to say, if you're in Ottawa, Ohio, and you have the chance, look at Breece Harley Davidson. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Check out the museum. They got a lot of cool old Harley Davidson sitting in there. Amazing. And the people are friendly. You can't beat that. I'd be almost willing to ride out there next time I need to get a bike. If they treat all their customers like that, I would gladly buy a motorcycle from them. So impressed. I'm looking to get to meet Mike and Mark, a little later than I thought. I was planning on being there around 7 to 8. I'm going to guess 9 or 10, but that's all right. I'm enjoying the road. The bike's fixed. It's running good, and I'm enjoying life. So until next time, keep it safe out there. And this is Moose. I'll be talking at you. See ya.